Hello, gamers! Welcome to episode 37 of Gamers Galaxy. My name is WT, and I am happy to be back this week as I took the other week off from episode 36. My buddy solemnly swear filled in for me, and I appreciate him very much for doing that. And I get to talk to my good friend Rubick. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm really good, mate. I am ready, pumped, content ready, prepared, ready to let everyone know what's going on in Immutable and have a bit of a laugh with you at the same time. Hopefully we can make the audience laugh as well.
Yeah, I mean, as always, there's a chuck full of information and games coming out. It's always a task to try and keep up with the Immutable ecosystem. And right off the bat, you're going to tell us about World of Bezogia? Do I got that right? Bezogia?
Legends of Bezogia? Yeah, well, it's cutesy little characters in a world, in an MMO RPG style world where you can level them up and get items and get, the typical MMO RPG sort of thing. But they've got all the little mini games where you can do PvP and just battle royale, and very PvP focused game. It's built by really experienced devs with over 100 years experience between them. So from between the high level guys. So it's been led by some really great guys with good experience. So lots of the graphics are pretty crisp on it. It's available now to play. If you get onto the Epic Game Store, you can download and play it now. And the MMO RPG has little times where they turn it on and off for trials. So it's not fully released yet, but you can get in and start leveling your characters. It's been out since the 12th of the 12th, 23. I believe it's going to be a ZKV EVM only chain. They've only got 8,000 followers, and they said that anyone that holds IMX tokens will be airdropped a Season 1 Battle Pass at the end of May. So, yeah, it's looking like it's... is that going to be ready for Immutable? Because they said they met them at GDC, which is only a couple of months ago.
Right.
So I'd be surprised if they launch on Immutable in May, but anyway, we'll see. Pump 4, 75%. I reckon this one's a pretty good one, mate, and it's going to surprise people. And I've reached out to them to partner with Gamers Galaxies as well, so we'll see what happens there.
Oh, cool. You said you're about 75 out of 100. Did I hear that right?
Most Pump 4, like 75 out of 100. Like it's
wow.
pretty up there. I
Yeah.
want to try it. Yeah.
That's some good numbers there. So yeah. Next up,
well, that's a new.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, it's the new way we're going to tell the audience that we're going to do much more punchy content on the games rather than going for as long as we have.
Mm-hmm.
Try and keep it short and sweet. We've got a set of information we're going to lay out each week, and we'll also get both of us are going to give us the most Pump 4 rating. So did you want to give that one a Pump rating for, or did you not do enough research?
No, I didn't have a chance. We are splitting up content here, and I just was kind of looking at it, listening to what you had to say. Yeah, I am semi intrigued. I'd probably give it a 40 out of 100, but that's because I don't know as much about it as you do and haven't researched as much, but it does look interesting for sure. Next up, I won't be talking real long about this one because there's really not a lot of information on it. Chromata by Meta Tokyo Studios. Only 1,587 followers. I tried clicking on their play-to-earn.net link. It won't work. I don't know why. It's kind of interesting. It's their main tweet at the moment. So yeah, like I said, Meta Tokyo Studios. I really didn't go much in the dev team. I did find a clip online of gameplay. It's I guess it's considered FPS. When I think of FPS, I always think of the weapon out in front, and that's all you see. But you can actually see the body with the weapon out front. So I don't know if that's really considered FPS, but that's what they're calling it. It looks.
Like a third-person.
I'm sorry.
It looks like a third-person shooter.
Right. That's what I thought, but they're saying FPS, but whatever. Semantics, I guess. But it's in an urban setting. kind of maybe a little bit cyberpunk feel to it, running around shooting. When they jump, they got some decent jumping skills. So I don't know if they're considered like android humans or humans that are gifted or what, but it's basically a shooter. And I know you're not a fan of shooters, and I'm not either because we're not that good at them. I mean, I'll play them, they're fun, but just not really my style of game. And I'm just a little concerned at the lack of information around this, but they do have some gameplay. It is on their Meta Tokyo Studio YouTube page. You can check it out for the listeners, and eventually this will be on a video for you to see. But to be honest with you, I'm only 15 out of 100 excited for this one.
Wrecked. I don't really know enough about it to comment, so I'll stick on 15% as well. But they follow me. So they're real, and they don't do much content. So they're probably just building first. They have got a lot of other games they've built. If you found that website, they've built like 6 or 7 games. I don't think they're all Web3. So they're experienced devs. So it could be a surprise one in the end.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Next up, you're going to be telling us about, is it Tier? Do I got that right? Tier?
It's Descend.gg. T is their token. Sorry, I don't know why. That's my fault. I have that there.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pixelated, team-based dungeon crawler. So 4 different classes you can be, and you can, attack, bosses with your own strategies. So like a little dungeon crawler with ARPG style, with a bit of ongoing development sort of things, so in an MMO style. But indie developer, you and I aren't that big fans of pixelated games, and they talk about their token and staking and stuff a lot. So they're very degen-y, which is cool. It's not everyone's doesn't float our boat, but lots of people like that stuff. Although they're saying they're launching in Q2 this year, so within the next 6 weeks. Am I right? 6 weeks until the end of the quarter. 6-7 weeks.
Something like that.
They've ZK EVM, 4.5k followers on X, so very small X socials at the moment. And the game looks alright for the style it is. I really like it. It's got cool little animations and stuff in it. So, but I'll give it a 30% that I'm pumped for, because me, I'm not into pixel games.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably agree with that 30% also. I'm looking at it. It reminds me, it's got that top-down, old school Legend of Zelda look to it. I'm looking at the character right now. He's running around. I think he's throwing something at a rabbit or something like that, it looks like right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's got that old school feel to it. And I think I'm in agreement with you on that. This next one, this is probably my favorite one, Battle Bears. A lot of people know about this one, 20,000 followers on X. There's a lot to say about this one. They started in 2009, and it's 2024, so they got longevity. They've got a history. They've got some lore to it, and in May of 2029, not 2029, sorry, May of 2024, which is now, they're doing their Battle Bears Genesis NFT sale. And what I liked about it was the game modes that they have. They have several game modes: Brick Battle, Mini MOBA, and I'm scrolling through it right now so you can see it. Listeners, sorry, you'd have to check out the YouTube video here. But there's the Brick Battle right there. There's the top-down Mini MOBA, and they've got a Battle Royale. And they also have a death match, and that is their PvP side. They also have a PvE campaign, and they're recreating this off the 2011 smash hit Battle Bears. So, like I said, they got their history to draw off of, and they're innovating into 2024 here. And yeah, I like this one a lot. It's a multiplayer game, multiple modes. Sustainability, longevity. I'm giving this an 80 out of 100 of what I am pumped for on this one.
Oh, cool. Is it playable now? I didn't check. Or is it still in development?
I am not sure on that. I'll have to.
Did you see the video? They also Immutable on the April 23rd release of it. I'm pumped for this game. I'm going to go to 85% because of the music on that video clip that it just got me so pumped. Kind of like how it got suckered into imaginary ones with their cool music and bought Yeah, I spent $2,000 on an NFT, a PFP NFT, the only one I've ever spent money on PFP ever in my life, and because of the music, and it actually paid off in the end. But anyway, we'll see.
I want to
I'll
click
be
it and
about
hear it, but I don't want to mess up the pod, so I'll have to check it later. But I'm looking at several videos.
no. I think you should do it. Look at the April 23rd from Immutable. It's only 16 seconds. Get people pumped.
I'm trying to see which it's okay. It's got to be this one right here. All right, let me see here. Where's my volume? Nice. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Are you up to 85% now?
Yeah, we're going to 85.
It works, doesn't it? The music works.
Yeah, absolutely.
You didn't mention one of the key points about this one. This was a game that was building on Ronin Network, and
That's
was the
right.
game that
I forgot about that.
the one that Psychopath wrote about. Send it to 0 because they're going Web 2. So they told Ronin that they're going Web 2, and then they a month later announced releasing on Immutable ZK EVM. So yeah. Yeah.
It's like running into an ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend on the street. Like, oh, you're with them? I thought you were going here. Well, this is awkward.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I'll be supporting it, and I've actually reached out to them as well. They're in our Discord. We're about to set up a pod with Ben Vu, so who's this famous builder. So yeah, these guys are huge. And of course, like we predicted, there was no threads about how Ronin lost the game to Immutable. Like when Kadro went to Ronin, there was like 150,000 threads mentioning that. So I was right. Not one person was able to link me. What I did is I put a tweet up that said, if you can find a tweet thread from a threader, a regular threader that mentions that Battle Bears is going to Immutable and it's leaving Ronin, I will give you whatever it was. And no one responded to it with a couple of people responded to it with fake ones, but no one was able to show me that actually was said by anyone. But if you remember the reverse, it was like everyone couldn't wait to get that news out to everyone. So it's kind of weird how people are like that. Yeah. But anyway, it's all good.
I always tell people you're a legend, and I really mean it. I mean, you're everywhere. You keep up on everything. I completely forgot about this, and there you were like, hey, let me give you the Ronin news update, and there you go.
I thought you deliberately left it for me, mate.
No, I just forgot. As soon as you said it, I remember. I was like, that's right. And I was like, yeah. Oh, they're at Immutable. Ah, that must... Yeah. I'm sure they've seen that. But, yeah. Battle Bears, looking forward to it. I might bump it to 90% now that they came to Immutable. So, anyway, we got to get moving on. Next up, you're going to tell us about Planet X. Yep.
Planet X. Yeah, this one was it's Kings of Hype. They're really cool founders. Good messaging. They got how much is it? 59,000 followers on X, and they're a new kind of account, so it's 59,000 real ones. We've got 250,000 signed up registered people. Their loot box system looks awesome. It's a mobile game, extraction shooter, so it's not a battle royale. It's you go in, you drop into like a battle royale, but you go and get an item, and then you get extracted out, and you get to keep that item. Pretty cool Web3 game style. But yeah, single chain. They announced ZK EVM the other day. It's a shooter, so it's not 100, so but this is a phenomenal game. This is going to blow up big. It's 85% pump for me because they're really, really, really quality developers, and they're doing everything right. They're not relying on Immutable. They didn't announce Immutable till they already had 250,000 sign-ups, until they had 59,000 followers, until they get heaps of engagement with everything they do. So they're not relying on Immutable to be successful, and that's what I love about them the most. That they're showing the way of how you have to do it right in Web3. There's only a few, like if you're a bad game, you need to go rely on a small chain that's got, not many games in it that will spend their whole life trying to pump your game. If you're good as this and you want to have millions of players, you need to go on and do your own thing, which they're doing, which is great.
Yeah, I'm looking.
And their loot box.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, the loot box.
Just their loot. Yeah, it looks really cool. It looks like a CS:GO style loot box system, and yeah, it looks really crisp. The items look amazing, and I'm pretty sure they're going to make a lot of money.
I'm looking at the. I blew up the mobile gameplay, and for this being mobile, this looks absolutely incredible. I can't believe this is being done on a phone. Like, this is pretty wild. Yeah. I'm there with you on the 85. I didn't know. There's so many planet name games and space games. It's hard for me to keep up. But like, I'm looking at the weapon now that they're showing on it. Man, this looks really, really crisp. I think you're dead on with the 85 rating there. Yeah, absolutely. Even the cinematics looks pretty cool. Oh, they're holding a Nike sneaker there. Why are they? I just seen that on their. He was holding a Nike sneaker. Do you see that?
They're doing everything right. I'm not looking at any
that's
video.
Right. I'm sorry. Forgot.
You're not sharing it.
Yeah, on their main page.
Like, they're doing everything right.
On their main page, if you scroll down, he's holding a Nike sneaker. I wonder if there's going to be a collab there. That would be interesting. So, yeah, very, very good. Next up, I'm going to be talking about UmiVerse. There's that term, verse. We love it. It never happens, right? Web3 haven for anime game enthusiasts. It's a top-down, click to move. You can play this right now, and I'm going to see if I can fire it up. 2024, they got closed beta 2 coming. They talk a lot about the infrastructure with wallets, a couple partnerships. Didn't really see a whole lot about the gameplay, but you can fire up the gameplay. It definitely looks anime style. It's called Fahad Kingdom. Let's see if it loads up quickly for me here.
That's one of their games.
Yeah, it looks like they got, but this one you can play. There's really not a lot to do. It's move around, and you can do a couple little dinky quests where, you know, they got the golden question mark pop up above people. But besides that, I got some items. You can go to another room where there's like, it looks like there's monsters, but you can't fight them. But what you can do is you collect a couple guys, and you got like a squad, and then you can go challenge, and it's like an auto battler. So you got your guys there, and it just happens. You can click on a few buttons, and gives you like a little tutorial, and I quickly killed that guy, no problem. There was no threat. They've got something going here, just there's not a lot at the moment. And like you said, they do have other games. I was not able to play any other games, just this one. But it could be interesting. I just don't really know where they're going with it besides what I can see. This isn't really my favorite genre, but if they got more content to it, I could bump this up. But for right now, I'm only at 30% out of 100 pump for this.
Yeah, I didn't pump it. I didn't really do enough for it. It's multi-chain, and it's just seemed like, I don't know, like, you know what I think about multi-chain or whatever. Or the audience already knows. Like, it's just, I just lose. Why are you doing that? You know what? There's no point in doing it. Make a good game, like Planet X. Make a good game. Make me pumped to play your game, and then that's the way you get in. Not by like going to multiple chains so that you can troll and get multiple people. I just don't understand it, and I never will. Maybe you know.
It's
I understand people
volume.
announcing. Yeah, anyway,
we know.
Looks like they're a platform, so they're like a platform for games, and they've got other games being built from other parties as well. So like another little mini platform. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yep, and yeah, that is UmiVerse. Love the name. Not at all. Anyway, this one doesn't have verse or meta in it. It is Ballies, and you're going to tell us about that right now.
To be honest with you, I didn't do a lot of research because, you know, it's another multi-chain. They're doing mints right now on Crow chain. They're on WeMix, they're on Immutable. But it looks like it's a TCG style game, like where you level up your cards and you play basketball in TCG format, sort of thing, where you got three spots to put your cards on the basketball court. So interesting. See how that, you know, if people like basketball, they probably like the game. Maybe they've got 55,000 followers. Mm-hmm. It is, if you know, if it was a just an Immutable game, and it was cheap, I probably would like it. But it's expensive. It's like $200 for what their thing's selling for right now, and I don't want to pay $200 to get into a game, or have to pay $200 to be able to enjoy it. So, yep, that's all. Just I had a 50%, but I'm going to move that down to 40% pump for this one and I won't be participating in their sale when it comes to Immutable very shortly.
Yeah, looks like you can play it now for free according to their website on Google or the Apple. It's available in 172 countries. I can see the mobile screen of what it looks like, and yeah, it's like a trading card game pretty much. Looks like there's some customization you can do. Yeah, I mean, the multi-chain thing, I get it, but we'll see where it goes. I might check this out just to see what it's like, since I could play it for free and not spend $200, because I don't really want to spend $200 on too many things. It's got to be really impressive for me to do something like that anymore. But yeah, that's Ballies, and next up I'm going to be talking about Deverse World. It's a real-time strategy shooter, sandbox style of game. It's on Unreal Engine 5. At first glimpse, when I looked at this, I wasn't too impressed, but then I started looking at it a little more. They've got 10,000 followers on X. They claim PvP and PvE. The big thing on it that I've seen is you can build structures, multiplayer options, and they're big into floating islands to explore. Let's see, I've got a clip here playing. It looks very open world, and like the possibilities to do a lot of things are there. The floating island thing is that's a little bit different how they're doing that. Yeah, I got a video playing here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think you're a like a astronaut style sci-fi style game where you can fly around space and go to those biomes, and those biomes can be created by other people as well. So it can be either they make an experience on that biome, or someone else creates an experience, and they also, by conquering them, you can actually take them over and do certain things. It's like, seems like it's pretty diverse. So
yeah,
if they spelt the word right and didn't put the verse word in there, it's like lots of things to do in the game. It looks really cool.
Yeah, the building aspect, like that reminded me of like how Fortnite does it, where you're running around shooting and then you quickly build something. It looked like they drew a little bit from that. It's not just a shooter. There's multiple things you can do. And that's kind of the sandbox feel to it. I'm looking at it right now. They're shooting laser beams at each other. That looks pretty cool. It's like a big laser beam fight going on right now. So yeah, that's Deverse World. Very interesting. I gave this one a 50 out of 100 I'm pumped for.
Nice. I put it down to 40 because of the multi-chain thing.
Minus 10 or minus 20 if it's multi-chain, something like that.
Yeah, at least it would have been 60, but so it's minus 20.
All right, yeah. All right, this next one up, I'm actually kind of pumped for this one because it's on the main rewards page for Immutable. You can go there now, put in your email address that is associated with your passport, and then put down your passport wall address and get qualified for whatever the rewards are coming down the road. It is RebelBots, and you're going to tell us about that.
Yeah, so RebelBots Zoil Wars was like one of the first crypto games ever. Like, it was in the top first 10 that I ever heard about. It was a TCG, I believe. There was land sales and token sales, and I think they got a lot of money because they were early. It was well before the first crash when they did all their sales, and when all you had to do is say, I'm doing an NFT sale, and people go, shut up and take my money, and you charge it $300 for anything, and people would buy it. So
right.
Yeah, so this is Epic War. It's a different version. I'm not in the Discord. I refuse to sign that stupid capture thing they've got. It's not a verify thing. You got to link your wallet and authorize some unknown website with your authorization. I don't want to do that, mate. To go into your Discord. There's Pandas, which is a verification tool, which works fine, and it doesn't invade my privacy. So no, I'm not going to ever be in your Discord until you remove it. Epic Wars. RebelBots. So I don't know what genre it is, and I don't know if it's a TCG or an action game, but it was, these guys have built games before. their first game is gated by NFTs, and their NFTs are 1 Ethereum. So through like land NFTs are a floor of 1.1 Ethereum. They're $300. So I didn't play it. I believe it's going to be on ZK AVM exclusively, since they've got Passport. That's pretty hard to import Passport and use another and work on Immutable and then work somewhere else. Yeah, we'll see what the game is. It's out in May, so it's saying ready playable in May. So that's 26 days.
Looks like they got a lot going on here. It's definitely a TCG. They've got some base building aspect to it, and then in combination with the TCG, it's also an auto battler. So they got leaderboards.
How are you seeing that? Are you seeing Zoil Wars?
Yeah.
From their. That could be their first game.
RebelBots Zoil Wars trailer 2023 is what I was looking at.
Yeah. That's not the game.
No?
That's Zoil Wars. No, that's Zoil Wars. This is Epic War, which is a different name.
Oh no, I've done it again. I thought I had the right one.
No, it's the same company. It's this. So they did a land sale to TGE for their token. They got 2 tokens. They've released their. They did card sales. They've made a lot of money and released these games, and they're dead.
Okay.
No one plays them.
I see the Epic.
And that was in 2022.
I see the Epic War now. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, okay, here's some good footage. So apologies, folks. That was not the one we were supposed to be talking about. But it did look interesting, whatever it was, the Zoil Wars. So, yeah. What is your rating on this one?
I don't know. It's just a 50-50, isn't it? I don't know what the game is. Does it say? Does the information you've seen? I couldn't find any information on it.
Yeah. Well, the one I was looking at, I was kind of pumped about. But that's not the right one, so I can't give it a good rating either. I'll give it a question mark out of 100 because I'm not really sure.
What I would think is that if the first game failed, yeah, and it's not, and you are releasing another game, you would think that it's a better game than the one that failed. You know what I mean? Like, and so is it I hope it's not a TCG. We've got enough TCGs. Maybe it is. So maybe it uses the cards and stuff, but I'm hoping it's some kind of like action, epic war, got a PvP game where you can verse each other in real time kind of game rather than turn-based, or even turn-based tactical game rather than a card-based TCG.
Yeah.
So if it's kind of like pretty cool, like a little war game, then that would be awesome. I'd really like that. So I'm thinking that if it was the worst, like it's just a pure auto battle, it was boring, why would Immutable go to the effort to release that instead of getting them to retry their their TCG on Immutable?
Yeah, and hopefully they learn from their mistakes too. That's usually the best way to learn is by making mistakes. So hopefully this time around they will get it better. Next up here, I've got Moontropica, community-driven storyline RPG. It's a battle arena game. This is not really in my wheelhouse. They only got 10,000 followers, which, I mean, it's not too bad. 10,000, it's definitely could be better. I've got the playstyle up right now. I don't know what to put my finger on this. I don't want to say it's like the old school GOG, but like I'm seeing spikes come up out of the ground. That was in the first version of Guild of Guardians. This just bigger versions of heroes fighting each other in that RPG style. So if you like that kind of animation or like it's almost like a cutesy RPG aspect, and there they are climbing on tables, throwing. You can throw a hero at somebody and hit them. Definitely some PvP aspect to it, and you can earn XP, complete quests, conquer challenges, and receive rewards for doing so. And that is, I'm about 20 out of 100 excited for this one, just because I'm not really into this kind of the genre.
Yeah, I didn't actually look at it yet, so I can't even comment at all, mate, on it. We've had too much to prepare again.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very much like the... Sorry, go ahead.
We'll just have to trust you on this one.
Yeah, it just... My feel was like, this is like a cutesy version of Guild of Guardians with a few more features. That's what it kind of reminded me of. So, but anyway, yeah, I gave it a 20 out of 100. I need to see some more. And next up, we are at Shutdown. Tell us about Shutdown, Rubick.
I think lots of people know about this game already. Now, the founder said that it's building on Immutable, but it's multi-chain. So I don't want to go into too much detail about it, but it's been a game out for a long time. It's got a lot of people that, like, you know, top-down, it's kind of shooter where you just got like hordes of zombies coming at you and you're trying to survive and kill them, sort of thing, as you're backing away, sort of thing, from them. Yeah, we'll see if it does actually come to Immutable. But yeah, it's on my maybe list now.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Rumor list. Yeah.
I'm watching all these zombies, and he just opened up this giant laser on them. Yeah, it looks cool. It reminds me of a little bit of Engines of Fury. This is what it reminds me of, kind of. Yeah.
Riftstorm as well.
Yeah. Oh, this is a rumor, you said?
Yeah. Well, the founder said that it's coming to Immutable, like it's multi-chain, and then mentioned Immutable was one of them. So, you know, one of the latest tweets are about Sparta decks, which is a Arbitrum deck. So, you know, maybe that's changed all of a sudden recently, but you know, the comment wasn't that long ago, and since then, so maybe it's multiple deck. I don't know. I don't understand what these games are doing multi-chain, but anyway, let's not go on that.
Definitely interested in this one. This is my style of game. I like these kinds with the waves and stuff like that, and I like this giant laser thing. So, yeah. Next up, we got Warlands. This one is, Warlands. Okay, yeah, this is the Battle Royale MOBA. The NFTs. It's got NFTs, play to earn, design for Okay, this is the esports folks one. They have PvP and PvE. It's open world. Graphics look pretty cool on this one, and I'm going to pop this up so people can see it. Did not see a ton of information on this one, but just looking at the gameplay, like you're this hero and you're fighting this giant right now. He's got this giant sword, the giant or a scorpion you're fighting. I need to blow this up because it looks pretty cool. There's Elon. I hate when you popped it up, the volume won't stay off even when I click it. So as you can see there, you're fighting things much bigger than you. You've got your sword. Very, very cool looking. What do you know anything about this one besides what I'm rambling on here about?
It's definitely coming to Immutable. That's not a rumor, but it's not been announced yet, so I'm leaving it as a rumor. But yeah, it looks like a 5 vs 5 PvE and PvP game where you get like a battle royale, like put into an area where you got to try and it's action packed. Looks pretty good graphics, set in a medieval theme with dragons and spells and stuff. So what's there not to like about it, mate? It's just like seems like a game that you could get on, have a PvP battle or a PvE battle, fight either the environment or fight real people and play for half an hour and then turn it off, which is what you and I like. So
I should have clicked one over and I would have had more to talk about, so apologies everybody. I'm a little bit rusty from being off, but yes, I showed on this screen here the dragons flying around and the action sequence, and then the NFTs, they look pretty slick down below. I like their style. It looks like a card, but it's like done really, really well. Yeah, I gave this one a 70 out of 100 for pumped about it. I like the graphics, I like the play style like you were talking about, and it says play now for free, so I'm gonna have to go and check this out. I did not see that earlier that you can play it. I should have went and did that so I could talk a little bit more intelligently. Shame on me, Rubick. Shame. Shame. How did I not see that? Yeah, I was cramming for this last night, everybody. So
a mix of battle royale and MOBA. So that's a unique kind of style. Dropped in, and survive and win. Cool. Moving on to the next one. I am on Straight Fire.
Mm-hmm.
I actually came completely unprepared. I just had a feeling in my bones that these guys are building on Immutable. I may be wrong. This is like a 20%er or 30% chance that it is, but I didn't do any research on it. But other than on the actual game, they're building an ecosystem of an IP world of comics and games and TV series they've got like 5 or 6 different things in the works. And based on anime. Sorry, I've gone blank because I did research and now I forgot. So there's the one game I didn't write anything down to predict, but IP based GameFi. So pretty much, you know, and they're backed by a big backer of Immutable. So there's a big chance it'll be on Immutable. It's not guaranteed. It's just a guess, a hunch.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't able to find a whole lot of gameplay on it, unfortunately. They got a little clip here on their white paper. Kind of gives that, you know, robot desert feel, a bunch of robots attacking, but this is all cinematics. It's not really gameplay, so it's tough to tell exactly what it is. But yeah, it looks definitely interesting for sure.
Yep.
The next one we're going to talk about is Strike Manager 3. This one, you know, soccer is global. It's super popular global. Not so much in the U.S., but the rest of the world absolutely loves it. I don't know why the U.S. is different that way. I guess we're just weird like that. But this one, you can manage the team, like micromanage it. And I don't know if there's an appeal for that throughout the world. Here where I'm at, I don't think so, but it could be much more accepted and sought after throughout the rest of the world. What's your thoughts on Strike Manager 3?
Yeah, these guys are from a Spanish dev house that's huge. It's a company called Uplay. And they've got like 12 games built. That one's, you know, basketball worlds. They're Web 2 and they're just going to Web 3 now. This is they're building a basketball one as well. They're on Polygon or B&B at the moment. I can't say how I know. No one's leaked anything, but I just know that this game's building on Immutable. It'll be announced within the next 2-3 weeks, probably in 2 to 3 weeks. Between that, between 2 weeks from now and 3 weeks from now, we'll get an announcement. This is building on Immutable. But they're really, really good developers. And you know, with Immutable's direction on how to monetize and to, you know, to go to the next level, that it should be able to, you know, help them grow. Because I think they're a little bit lacking in knowledge on Web3 side of things.
Yeah, you can. They've got land in it, and looks like you can build all kinds of things around it, almost like sim style building a little bit. I'm looking at that right now.
You can build your stadium, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're building around it too, like fields and buildings too. So that's pretty interesting. I didn't see that aspect before, but yeah, very interesting concept. I'm just curious if people are into managing games as much. That's my only concern with it. But yeah, should I play this whole clip from Across the Ages or?
No. There's a section from it's minute 35. So 135.
135. Okay, let me get there.
Yeah, and just play for like
okay,
30 seconds.
All right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I know you can't.
Yeah, I know you're watching it, but
pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. You know, there's like a top tier of games in the Immutable ecosystem. You know, you've got your Shardbound, you've got your Treeverse, Guild of Guardians, and a few others that they seem to be really focusing on. But like Cross the Ages has got to be up there, but they're doing their own thing. So like it doesn't seem like they really need a lot of help. But like what they're building like a very serious IP on several levels, and I think they need to be in the conversation of the top echelon of games on Immutable more often. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Mate, this Arise game is, to me, I get goosebumps watching that. Literally, my hairs are tingling right now thinking about it. That's how excited I am for that game. It is by far the best graphics we've seen in any game in crypto. It would compete with any Web 2 game, easily. It's up there with the best game in graphics you've ever seen in a game. And when the 4 heroes put that gold bubble around themselves, like buff themselves, then run into that boss fight.
Right.
That's just like, oh, I just cannot wait to do that, mate. That's just like, that is gaming. That's why I gamed my whole life when I was a kid, you know?
Right.
And I want to play a game like that I can own my items. That's what I want to do. And that's why I'm cool on an Embersword. It was up in my top 5. That's why I like Blade of God X. Why I like Chrono Forge. They're all sort of that style of game where you get together in a team and you go and conquer things. Boss fights. And this one, though, is easily my most excited game. I am 99%, 95%, because there's always room for 5%. Something could come out that I have to give it 96%. But at the moment, this is my perfect game. I will be playing living F out of it. It is just phenomenal what they're building. They're an incredible team.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, they just handle their own business, and I want to see Immutable talk about them more, because they deserve it, and they should be in that definite top 10, if not possibly top 5 of big hits on the Immutable platform.
Yeah. Well, they did used to talk a lot about Across the Ages, especially when it first came out. It's been out for a year now, or close to it, I'd say. And they've pumped it a lot, and it was part of their program when they got to do all the special things earlier on. But how long do you want to do it for one game? Like my guess is that Arise will be on a Nexus chain. They'll build it on a Nexus chain. There's no confirmation. This is not a Immutable game. There's no indication at all. But they've got a good relationship with Immutable. They get special treatment from Immutable, and Nexus chain would be perfect for this. They could monetize. They could do their own token for gas. They could, have easy cross talks with their old cards. Maybe eventually move their TCG over to Immutable potentially, but there'll probably be tools to read it on Passport. Well, it will be readable on Passport. So, man, I'm excited for this Rise, and also Sorrow gave me eyes when I said, "Is this a Nexus chain?" When I wrote a tweet, I did a tweet about this, and he gave me eyes in the response. So, is that an indicator that it's coming to Immutable? Yeah. I hope so. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where this game builds. I will play it. I don't care. Yeah. Hopefully it's on EVM and on a chain that I like. But if it's not, then this is a game I will play just because it's an amazing game.
That's what you want to hear from people. I don't care what chain it's on. I'm going to play this game. That's what you want to hear. That's high praise there. Next up, we're talking about Revenge. Is that right? Revenge?
Yeah.
Yeah. 42,000 followers, and this is a first FPS PvE game connecting spectators with players. Oh, this is the one I was confused about, like how they're going to connect spectators with players. I'm assuming esports, or what are they talking about with that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. They haven't revealed that yet. I think it's going to be like people watching will be able to make decisions decentrally, decentralized. But if you look at their main account, their account Ever Reach Labs, it's got 177,000 followers. So
oh wow.
And by the way, going back to Rise, since that post of Arise, Across the Ages has gone to 212,000 followers. So they've gone quite large.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so they had less than 200,000 when I did that post yesterday, and now they've got 212. So it's really people are starting to learn what Across the Ages are doing. But coming back to Everreach, they are huge. They're AAA. They're like the Planet X, but these guys are the pros. Huge dev team that are all AAA level developers. Experience building on AAA games, and they're building AAA games. Their first game is Revenge. The first person shooter, what you just described, but it's just they're doing everything right. And I applied to be one of their there's only 800 people getting selected, and the people that have posted that they've got it, there's been about 6 or 7. Every single one of them has got over 100,000 followers.
Oh wow!
I found one with 18,000. I'm in with a chance. So yeah, I'm not holding my breath, but yeah.
Yeah, very
But
cool.
these guys, they took an actual investment from Immutable, not a grant. I can't find that anywhere. So, and they're also on Polygon now. So if you go to find their loot boxes, they're like $6. So I spent $6, and I had heaps of Matic, so I bought a loot box of their revenge game just the other day. I wouldn't be surprised if it's on Immutable. I'm 20%, 30% sure. I'm not certain. Who knows? There could be some chain with a lot of money come in and go, we want you to be our flagship game. You know, here's $50 million, like Xterio's doing for Azure Games.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man, you covered that well. Thank you very much. Next up, we're talking about, this is kind of, well, it's not kind of, it is big. Immutable Ecosystem main quest is kicking out $50 million with the combination, somehow, some way, the gems that we have been collecting every day. That's a lot of rewards, 50 mil. Thoughts on that, Rubick?
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I think they're like, getting people, like they did with the Golden Idol and getting paid people, $300 to $250 or something in IMX tokens to buy $18 worth of assets. I think most of the people that got that reward bought a maximum value one and didn't actually cover their cost. But I bought like the middle tier box, not the maximum prayers pack. Mm-hmm. So I actually made my money back. I made my money back on what I spent on, and then I went and spent the rest on B&B.
Yeah.
The profits I got back from it on that stupid Lansdale. But anyway, I think that I had one guy that I knew that's not a big Immutable fan say, come and ask me questions about it because of he noticed that one of his friends got that much money given to him just for buying that item, and he was like, what? And so he wanted to find out about it, and said, he wanted to get an epic idol, so he would have got the epic idol just recently. So I think I'm rambling here a bit. What I'm trying to get to is that they did that for a shock value. Wow. And they got interest. And now they do 1 gem. And then they do 3 gems. Next one, will they do 100 IMX to get 5 gems? You know what I mean?
Yep. I was thinking the same thing.
And it's like they ease you into it, and they don't tell you how, other than the gems, there's nothing's been said, do this, and then do that, and then you'll get this. It's right. More about, you got to trust us, bro, that we're going to look after you. So what it's been clear made to me is that actual engaging in the game and in spending on ZK EVM chain is going to be what rewards you. So every single game that has a release, if it's got an NFT for $20 or less, I go and buy it just to have it in my list. Because I think they're going to come and say, anyone that has NFT for that game will get, 100 gems or 200 gems. And if you have 100, this one, the floors are $1,000, then you'll get 10,000 gems. So, and then they'll have whoever plays Desperado, we're seeing those 3 new ones now. Those it doesn't say what to do to get paid and how much you're going to get paid, but it just says engage with these, and on the gem page. So if you go and follow those things and register for those games, then it might go, in the back end, they might get, StormWarfare to say he paid 10 games a week for a month. And anyone that does that will be given 10,000 gems. If someone just signs up and then plays 1 game for a couple of days and then does it, they might get 5 gems. I think they get. Sorry?
No, go ahead. Finish your thoughts.
Sorry. I was finishing now. So I just think that it's going to reward people that actually enjoy Immutable games, and we're going to be paid better for being here. But also they're going to do it in a way that it attracts people, to new people to it. So they've got to get that balance right.
I think you're right. Guild of Guardians has out. They just released out recently. You're going to get paid rubies, I believe, for playing Guild of Guardians, depending on what your champion level was. So, like, if you got your champion to 100, you're going to get 10,000 rubies. Me, I think I got to somewhere between 37 and 40, so I'm either going to get 3,000 or 4,000 rubies for my time played of what I did. So I think you're right. I think that's their motif going forward, is as you participate, you will get rewarded.
They're going to pay for the beta test, or you mean in the real game?
When we go to the launch, when you log in with your passport, you should have X amount of rubies for whatever your champion was. They have a table up for it and everything.
Okay, I didn't know that. I better start playing again.
Well, yeah, we only have a couple days, and I tried to log in last night, and I wasn't able to log in for some reason. But yeah, the main point is, as the more you participate, your chance to get rewards is going to be higher, and I think they're going to structure it like that, and that's going to be really a play and earn model, but maybe not as much as per se with tokens. But it could be with tokens as well, because the altar, gave out quite a bit of IMX, especially on that first go around. So very interesting strategy that they got going on. This next one, I didn't even know about this till you put it up on our board to talk about. Embersword had a breach on the Polygon contract. I was like, oh, I didn't even hear about this. I mean, it's still substantial, 195K. Wasn't in the millions. Maybe that's why I didn't hear about it. But yeah, they got affected, and I don't know exactly. Let's see.
It doesn't matter. I just thought it's important to know when bad news happens as well as good, and they've, being on Polygon rather than Immutable cost them. So, how many times do we hear about hacks on Immutable? Never. So,
yeah, it was definitely on Polygon. So. It's unfortunate, but it is part of the industry. So, any more thoughts on that before we move on?
No, I just thought we'd let people know that funds are affected, and actually, why let people know they have to go and revoke something as well potentially. So look into it if you've got Embersword assets ever on your Polygon account. Right.
And this has been huge news this week, and I'm so upset. I'm still not in. Private Beta 4 for Illuvium is out. It's been out for, 4 days now or something like that. I've registered, and I still don't have access yet, so I'm a sad panda right now.
Someone gave me access, mate. I haven't played it yet, though. Do you want my access?
Oh, my goodness. Thanks. Salt in the wound. Salt in the wound.
I've got an access address sitting there, but I was gonna play it today, but I've just been busy. 6-month-old. But yeah, just like there's really good feedback from people chasing and catching alluvials in the world. They enjoy it. It seems to be the anti-auto battler. They really didn't get that right. It's not enough payoff moments throughout the battle, in my opinion. Like you just don't. There's no real aha. I did that. It's just like a hit and hope kind of thing. Like only people spend hours and hours and hours and hours researching and understanding that will understand how to fight. That way they could have that game mode for pro tournaments and have a simpler version that's just a quicker game and a payoff quicker, where you can see I did that, my decision to do that had this payoff moment. That's their weakness. They need to work that out. And if they can have a really good IP, but people are starting with it. You're not going to get to keep those assets what you keep catching now. So that's why I'm not that motivated. If I could catch these assets and keep them, I probably would have loaded up by now. But I will play it and give it a go.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe one day. I've got like 3 people trying to get me access, but no one has succeeded yet. But maybe today I'll get the access. We'll see. Next up, this is also we talked about this a little bit. We've talked about this game several times already. StormWarfare, the TCG military World War II style. It's on the rewards page for Immutable, and it's launching on May 13th, a day before, or 2 days before GOG. So yeah, coming out very, very soon. Any thoughts on this?
Yeah, it'll be the first fully fledged game launch on Immutable ever. Everything's apparently beta, but Immutable ZKVM is the first game full. There's Banzai, but that's bit of a farming game. It's not complete, and it's in beta. This is a full, not even beta. They're launching to full release. There's going to be things they've got in the pipe, but I spoke to the guys in the Discord. They were going to do a pod with us before they launched, but that was supposed to be tonight. But he hasn't come online, so that's been delayed. Maybe we won't get that done. But yeah, it has a pretty rabid fan base. There's like 20,000 players already on the game without it having any like immediate payouts. But the cool thing is their in-game 32 tournament. So in the game, when it goes live, you'll be able to just queue up for a 32-person tournament and just go, oh, I've got a couple of hours or an hour, and you just play in a 32-person tournament. And if you win, you play the next person. If you win until you get knocked out, and then the winner takes all.
Huh.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, very
game
interesting.
Mode. Yeah.
Boy, we could.
I don't know what Gods Unchained hasn't done that.
That's
we could do that for us.
Yeah, we could do that in our Discord as a tournament. Yeah, that's the first thing that popped in my head. So, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Pixelmon game development update. You're gonna have to. This is a new game mode, or just a new game coming to Immutable from Pixelmon?
That's their. I thought it was their first ever reveal of gameplay. And that's the one it's called Heroes of Novath or something like that. I can't remember. It is looks pretty fire, like an ARPG, fast pace, and you've got different abilities. You play as the Pixelmon rather than as a trainer. It looks like, which is pretty cool. Normally, you play as a trainer and you just push a button to the auto battle. Then you're actually controlling the Pixelmon. So I thought that was a really cool idea because. Kind of like Dota, where you can control a different hero. And what do I feel like playing today? I feel like playing and controlling this hero that does all these things. Rather than being more strategical, it's more action-based. So, yeah. Then that action-based, because there's so much variety, there's different strategical points on how you attack certain events or certain challenges. So it's a different type of strategy than a normal gacha that, like... For example, Illuvium. You catch the Ramfire. You don't get to play with Ramfire. You place him on a board and then does his thing. You don't do anything. So I really like that idea that you are Ramfire and you can control the movement and decide when to do things and use the special abilities that Ramfire has. But obviously the Pixelmon version.
Yeah, I'm looking at the clip here. It's roguelike dungeon crawler. The animation on it is awesome. The AoE this character is doing is just lighting everybody up. It looks very, very clean and crisp. Definitely want to check this out. I didn't know this was like the first a viewing of this, but man, it looks impressive for sure. And I think didn't we talk? Well, okay, we've talked about this before.
We can skip it. Yeah, we can skip it.
I was gonna say. Oh, they got $1 million grant from you. Okay, yeah, we did talk about that. All right, yep, we'll move along then. Next up, the infamous, the legendary Rubick shorts. What do you got this week?
So, I've got inside information that Immutable has reached 320 lifetime fully funded games, well-funded games being signed. There's not 320 now. Robbie's claiming about 300, around about that number, because obviously some have gone bankrupt, some have left, some didn't finish development. So about 300 games now, well-funded games building on Immutable. They got 400k passport sign-ups, but since I wrote this note, they're now at 850k. So there's a huge amount of passport sign-ups. I think a lot of them are Illuvium. And the next one is Token Trove had an overhaul. You can now see all NFTs for sale, regardless of what currency they're for sale in. They're on the one page. You can actually choose to or not to. So, but that has been a massive pain for me. Like the stupidest thing. Why would you have the same NFT for sale and just don't tell us what, back to US dollars to tell you which one's the most expensive one? And now you can. But it has caused some problems on Token Trove. And there's been lots of reports of bugs since they've made this. They had a massive overhaul of things that I haven't fully gone through it all, but that's the number one thing. You can now see a list of all NFTs, no matter what currency that are for sale, no matter what currency they're listed in. Heap of games launching in May, where there's Hero Chain launched, Warfare launches on the 13th, Medieval Empires on the 14th, Open Beta on 14th, Medieval Guild of Guardians on the 15th, Fionora Wildlands, exclusive game preview. Look for Gamers Galaxie members. Join our Discord if you want to get exclusive looks at games. First ever game test, and I saw a Game of Galaxie people playing it. I think you got an access to that, did you not?
On which one?
Fionora Wildlands.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've been talking with them for a while actually, and I got busy when they were ready to get us involved, so that's why I had to hand them off to you, because I didn't want to lose them, because I've actually been talking with them for several months now, just waiting for them to get ready.
Yeah, so going on, Kart Party has a playtest from the 10th to the 30th of May. Their first playtest. Metalcore's got a playtest again. It's pretty easy to get into now until May 14th. Heroes Chained is live. They're not on Passport yet, but they're going to be on Passport. So I'm not sure if they're on AVAX or Immutable at the moment. We'll see. We talked about Illuvium already. Cool Cats is apparently going to have a playtest this month. I was in a Discord. I just had to listen to when I was doing some work. I put their spaces on, and they talked about Passport being amazing. They're doing a lot of other things other than that game. But one of the cool things they said is that the people that own other NFTs on ZK EVM will be in the game. I don't know what that means or how it will be, but if you have other NFTs on ZK EVM chain, they will be recognized in the Cool Cats game. Pretty amazing.
Nice.
Desperados B218 is out. It's play for free now. You can play it. It's also part of that quest to get gems. So I installed it. It's pretty unfriendly. Like, it's a bit of a jump around to get it working, but you got to log in as Passport, and then you got to download their own game launcher, and then you got to choose their game to So obviously they're building more than one game, but anyway, once you get it, spend 2 minutes. It's there on its own game launcher, and you can play it now.
I couldn't get the battle part of that. Like, I could run around that bar, but like I was trying to get to the battle sequence. I couldn't get to it for some reason.
I haven't started it yet. I installed it, and when I had time to play it, the potato internet was not deciding not to work that day. I did want to mention that Chalk River has done a graphics pass, and it looks incredible. You know how we when we first announced it, that we complained about the background graphics were bad.
Yeah,
were fantastic, but the avatar was a bit clunky. Mm-hmm. Well, they've really tidied that up, like we said they probably would. It looks really crisp now, and it's a AAA quality kind of graphics now, mate. So it could be a bit of a sleeper that people are sleeping on.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's good.
And yeah, that's about all for the shorts.
Yeah, I want to comment on your token trove. They have massively upgraded that. I love it. I love when you hover over the NFTs and it shows if it's down in sales or it's up in sales, and being able to choose all the different tokens to buy with. Just huge upgrade for them. And I think what they're doing, I mean, why would you go anywhere else but them when it comes to buying immutable NFTs if they're available there? It just seems like the no-brainer to do. I like what they've done a lot with that.
Yeah, Sphere's upgrading as well. I just don't like how Sphere is gaslighting people by saying they're building on Beam, and it's just not. They're building on ZKVM, and their marketplace is not even building on Beam. It's a marketplace that they tap into an API. It's nothing to do with Beam. So that kind of annoyed me, because you don't, I guess I get you're trying to become relevant, and that's an opportunity for you, but it's gaslighting. People in the know it, and you feel like you're being cheated. So I use Token Trove. I've always used Token Trove, so I just use Token Trove when I can. But Sphere's been upgraded as well, and it's much better than when it first came out. But we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
next up, I'm not gonna miss it this week. A couple weeks in a row I missed it, but I am not missing it this week. It is Rubick's favorite segment. It's his therapy. What is pissing us off? And Rubick, I'm going to let you start this week.
Mate, what the hell is IMX thinking? Immutable. Oh, sorry, I rang on other people, and I've ranged on Immutable last week for the first time with the 70% garbage. But this one is just absolute unbelievable. That absolute zero information on guide on tokens when they asked people to move that 20 IMX to ZKVM. The number of people on the Discord, on Twitter, complaining about them sending IMX tokens or to the wrong chain, it's been chaos, mate. And zero absolute zero education before they ask them to do that. Zero. Hey guys, we're a new. This is something really new that you need to think about. Passport's a little bit different than a normal wallet. You've got to be very careful what you send there and how you send it there. Mm-hmm. It does not accept Ethereum layer 1. So if you actually transfer rather than bridge, you will leave your tokens will be stuck there. And until the day we decide that Passport is going to be ETH enabled, which may be never, but it should be. When the type 1 Provy goes in, they should be able to enable. But lots of people have sent ETH and IMX to Passport on layer 1. They've transferred it to layer 1, and I've spoken to them personally. So we went out and we saw that happening and created a channel in our Discord to help people to come, because the chat in the middle Discord, the help there's getting blocked out, getting so overloaded that they'd not be able to keep up. So we started helping people. But yeah, mate, just come on, just a little bit of education before you do ask people to send a chain to a brand new wallet that no one's ever heard of or understands it, and also they don't understand. The simplest way to think about it is an IMX token is like a dollar symbol. Yeah.
Right.
There's different types of dollar symbols. You have a dollar. I have a dollar. Mine doesn't work in your country and yours doesn't work in my country. If you come to my shop and say, here's $1 and give me an American dollar, people will go, I don't take American dollars. So that's the way to think about it. IMX is a symbol, not a currency. So it's the dollar symbol. If you want to make that IMX work on a different chain, you have to bridge it to that new country's symbol, dollar. So, you need to convert it from a IMX an IMX Stark chain dollar to an IMX ZK dollar. It's not the same. That's the best analogy I can come up with.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense. Makes sense for sure. Yeah, they gotta get a little better at that. I guess we're gonna just have to educate people, and hopefully it pays off for us. It will. Our Discord is growing. We can see what's happening. So
it's growing by 10, 20 people a day now.
Yep.
Lots of people join because of that. Yeah. So join us.
Yep.
Learn about Immutable.
Yep. And this is what is pissing me off this week. Costco. Do you guys have Costco over in Australia?
Yeah, it's starting to come here as well. Yep.
Yeah. Costco is an awesome place, but I got that man, they piss me off. Like, I'm a creature of habit. And so when I go get my Celsius energy drink, it's at this one spot, and it'll be there for months, and I know where to go and get it. And then somebody will just up and move it to somewhere completely in the store, and I'm lost. So now I got to spend 5 to 10 minutes wandering around the store looking for where did they put it. And they do this with multiple different items, I noticed, and it drives me up the wall. I don't know why they have to do that, but it really pisses me off. So that's what's ticking me off this week. Whoever this numbnuts is that moves stuff at Costco. Drives me up the wall. So, yeah. Keep mine short and brief there. But I was there one day, and I was in a hurry, and it wasn't where it usually is. And I was furious. Anyway, I'll stop beating on Costco. What we got next here? Oh, the Chris Clay interview. I want to hear your thoughts on this, but I'll go first. Boy,
I didn't actually. So there's two Chris Clay interviews. Well, one TownHall and his interview. I actually didn't listen to his interview. I'll leave it with you, mate.
TownHall was great. Lots of good information there. I'll talk about that soon. But the first one was with the Gate.io interview. And oh my gosh, I don't know who the interviewer was, but like she kept interrupting him like non-stop. It was driving me crazy, but there really wasn't, I really didn't hear a ton of new information. The thing that I did get out of it was, I found this very interesting. He was saying that when he first came, the iteration that he was looking at 1.0, it was probably 3 to 4 years away from being complete. And they kept stringing us along like, oh, a few more months. He said 3 to 4 years. So we had already been waiting 2 years plus. So 3 to 4 more years of that. And he's kicked it out in 14 of a completely new, different style. You just got to tip your hat to Chris on that. And I believe him. Go ahead.
What was that? 3 to 4 years more for what? For the ARPG to come
Original.
out?
The original. We have been waiting 2+
So when he took
years.
it over, and they said they had 3 more years to go.
In Chris's opinion, he said when he came on and had a good month to look at everything, he's seen the game taking another 3 to 4 years to complete. Absolutely blew my mind, because that was not what we were being told, and that was not the general tone of the previous regime. Just blew me away to hear that. The other thing he talked about was being able to PvP in between each other. So like you have your squad and you can PvP with someone else. That was the first time I heard him talk out in the open about that. It sounds like it's a lot more closer than we think. It won't be at launch, but it's definitely coming. And there's going to be Gods Unchained and GOG collabs. We kind of already knew that. We've been talking about it in our Discord, but he talked about it some more. That's going to be interesting how they do all that. I think that's going to be a common theme throughout Immutable, is games collabing with each other to get that synergy going in the ecosystem. And did you get a chance to listen to the Gate.io one? Did you have comments on that one?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I'm just going to move over to the Town Hall. If you guys haven't checked it out, check out Tonin's Twitter. I've got it up here. He does an amazing job on these. I like to give him credit all the time. Make sure you follow him. He gets a lot of engagements. I seen he had 23 million engagements over the year. I was like,
my
oh.
God. I'm at
like,
less than 500k, mate.
I'm at like 500,000. I'm like, what am I? I need to figure out what he's doing, because that is a lot.
I gotta pay his bots, mate.
Yeah, if you go to his main thing, he put up a picture of his engagements. It was absolutely ridiculous, but good for him. Shout out to Tonin. He's part of our team at Gamers Galaxie. He's one of us. He handles a lot of things for us. Yeah, Town Hall was pretty. I thought it was probably Chris's best one so far.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah. I seen you in there. I seen you in there that day. They got a vault now. A vault, not volt. Vault. And you can hold your inactive NFTs. It's going to help out a lot for people that have a ton of duplicates. So that way you can park them there and not grab the wrong one, I think is what it is. So that's a nice feature that they came out with.
Can I cut in there? So it's not for that reason alone. It's for because of the data, to read the blockchain data and be told what you've got. If you put it in a vault, it saves a data call, and so they've got a limit. You probably up to the limit as well. Like I can't spin up any more NFTs. Like I can't create any more heroes. I can't use those stones to create more. It says you're already maxed out.
Okay.
So the vault is so it can remove the ones you don't want, that you don't want to play with, so you can, and therefore it'll be faster, because they've got a limit because of the data.
Okay.
And the issue of retrieving data, the cost of that, and the time it takes to do it.
Makes sense.
So yeah.
Good stuff. Thanks for that input there. Crafting 2.0, you can take 3 items and fuse them into one. You can do like 3 shoes and you should get a pair of shoes back, or you can do multiple different items and it becomes random. And the premise is to get a greater rarity by sacrificing those 3. So I like that feature. Energy sweep, I believe that's like auto dungeon. Once you finish a dungeon, you can come back to it and just click, boom, your energy spent, you get whatever rewards you get out of it, so that way it saves time, quality of life. I like that. Adventure mode and crafting. Adventure mode and crafting will be using energy, but then they also have this thing out with tickets, and you get 3 tickets per day, and you can use those tickets either for endless dungeon, or the new one that they come out with, Boss Rush. And Boss Rush is where you're fighting a boss, you are not going to be able to beat it, but you go in there and you try to do as much damage as you can before you die off, and the leaderboard will be set up as top damage, and there's going to be rewards for that. So you got to decide, where do you want to spend your tickets at.
That's cool.
Yeah, very, very cool. I like the game mode. It gives us something else. We need more game modes, and I think it's a great idea. It's a quick one too. It's not long, which quality of life, that's what we want. I believe energy boosters are going to give you an additional ticket. Energy boosters are, in my opinion, still cheap. if we get the volume of players that I think we can, energy boosters are going to be sought after, in my opinion. You get the extra ticket, you get the extra energy, and you can auto dungeon. I think you have to have an energy booster auto dungeon. I'm not sure on that, but I thought I'd seen that or heard that before. Let's see, what else was there? Oh, they're releasing a trailer on May 15th. I can't wait to see that. I like trailers. I do. They did a really good job, the first one. Hopefully this one's just as good, if not better. Let's see. Here's the energy boosters I'm looking at right now. Founder energy booster will provide the following. Adventure energy cap +1. Okay, so you get extra energy. Crafting energy cap +5. You can craft more. Adventure energy regen. Oh, you get 9% faster. Crafting energy 20% faster. And you get a free ticket. Yes, so you get +1 ticket, like I said. I thought you needed it for auto dungeon too, but I might be wrong on that, so don't quote me on that. 3 leaderboards, endless dungeon, which is PvE, arena, PvP, and boss rush PvE. Most rewards in GOG tokens will be in the endless dungeon within every 4 weeks. That's kind of cool. I like that. Arena and boss rush will have events with rewards for mostly inactive Web 2, but top players will receive GOG tokens and NFTs. So participate, get on the leaderboards, earn some stuff. Very, very cool. Again, check out Tonin's Twitter so you can be part of his 23 million engagement. Crazy numbers. I'm going to go there and double check. I'm going to double check. I thought it said 23 mil. Yeah.
It was 23 million. It was 23 million. That's
23 million impressions. Wow. That's insane. So that's my GOG roundup. I know I threw a lot there. Any thoughts on that, Rubick?
Yeah, updated graphics on the NFTs, that look cool. On the Gen 0 and cores. Do you see that? Global launch is going to shut down between the 8th and the 15th.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Thanks for saying that. I forgot about that.
Next thing to come after the game is live ops and guilds. More to work on to guilds. So that's what live ops mean is I'm not ongoing competitions and stuff, or maybe tournaments and things like that. Cracked hearts. You can. Mr. Tom, eh?
Yeah.
Your toxic whinging worked, mate. Maybe I'm wrong. Asking nicely mightn't work, and being toxic might work. So, well, congratulations to you, Mr. Tom. What else? Did you want to say something about Cracked Hearts?
No, I should have mentioned that. Yeah, that was a big one too. Cracked Hearts. Yeah.
Those idols, those gold and epic idols, is definitely going to have future
crafting
utility of some kind. So
yeah.
they're worth stuff going on.
Yeah, they those shot up in price, man. They were about $200, and then yesterday they were up to $350. And I bit the bullet and I bought a gold one since I didn't get in on the first wave because I was a big dummy. But yeah, I didn't buy it at $350. Someone put it up there for like $240, so I snagged one. And
nice.
Another big man. There was a lot in this town hall. Apologies. Ascension is going to be for Web 2 to Web 3. And that they've got that based on laws of supply and demand. So if they get a lot of Web 2 to Web 3 ascensions going on, the more that go on, the more GOG it's going to cost. If there's a lot more Guardians being sacrificed, then that'll come down. So I like how they have put in the laws of supply and demand with that. Very, very cool.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they implement that. I really don't understand how all this works. About these seals, like these Ascension seals, they renamed something there as well, and I've really got to look into what all that means because of Apple and Google being pains in the ass and not letting you use crypto in their in the app. Then it's a pain in the butt, isn't it? So they have to do all these workarounds. Yeah, and last thing was dual accounts. They mentioned that dual accounting will be a bannable offense. Did not know that.
Yeah. And that was brought up. Chris has to revisit it because I think it was Tomahawk that asked, well, what about people that have multiple guilds? And, so if you have multiple guilds, you're going to have your guilds on different wallets. Well, that's multi-accounting. So that's a problem. And it was kind of found out live on that town hall and Chris was like, yeah, I'm going to have to relook at this. So, Yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure.
How do you not think of that? Anyway, so much to think about, I guess.
Yep.
But that seems like a pretty obvious one. There's heaps of people you've got multiple guilds. I've only got one. I spent $2,500 on mine, only worth like $400 now.
Yeah.
I was a bag holder on it. So.
Well, I had 3. I recently sold one for double what I paid for it because I gotta take some money home. So I did. I sold one, so I'm down to 2 now. 2 adventure guilds. So is what it is. But yeah, I think we nailed the GOG. There was a lot there. Lot to talk about, lot to come, and I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be an interesting month with a lot of things going on in Immutable, especially GOG. This next one here, yeah, our Ronin buddies, they had a nice little onboarding of a new project, new game.
Yeah, they are. Got to give credit where credit's due. This is a big win. Ragnorok Online. I was telling you earlier, it is the Asian version of RuneScape. So the Asians played Ragnorok and the Westerners played RuneScape. Very similar games, I believe. And you know, so I saw that they were building years ago, and I'm like, they were building their own chain. So I was wondering if they were going to stop that path and go down the route of joining a chain, and they did. So hats off to Ronin. They're now back up to 9 games that are they're non-IP games. Congratulations, because they got Puffy. There were 7. And they got Puffyverse. I've actually got it up here. They're gloating about their what's it called? Their ecosystem map that they've got.
Yeah.
You are not bullish enough on Ronin, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice, yeah, 9 non-Axie games. So yeah, because they won Puffyverse as well.
See,
and I'm in the middle of doing our ecosystem map again, and I said it would be out in 3 days, but I spent 3 hours a day, and I'm only up to C.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 games, and I'm up to C. I've decided.
Yeah.
You are not bullish enough.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so we don't always talk smack about Ronin. They got to win there, and we'll give them credit for it.
Yeah.
So good job, Ronin. You're on your way.
Good job.
And this one, I laughed at this next one here. Cardano founder of Charles Hodgkins Studio releases its first game, but it's not on Cardano. It's on the Gala chain. And you had some thoughts on the game. I thought you didn't like it, right, or something?
It's that bad a game, he wouldn't even release it on his own chain. It's so bad.
Oh man.
Anyway,
that's
awesome.
crazy. And where are we at here? Oh, that was. Oh, I found some gameplay of it. I'm playing it right now.
Play it.
Yeah, I'm playing it. It's definitely
looks pretty average.
Yeah,
it's like 1990s with a 1990s kind of Star Wars game that, or maybe 1985, late 80s, early 90s, and they have got that kind of game that would be capable of being built, and then they glossed it over with a little bit better graphics. Not much better. You know, if you imagine those old space shooter games where you're in a spaceship and the movement was real slow and clunky and the graphics were garbage and it was very simple. It's like that, but just a little bit more glossy graphics.
Yeah.
Anyway, congratulations to Cardano's owner releasing a game on another chain.
Right. Very interesting. Very interesting for sure. So. Oh, you gotta love it.
Yeah. Well, that's it. We're up to the end, aren't we? That's unless you the final. I'll go with my final thought.
Okay.
It's I actually been quite busy, so there's probably a lot we haven't covered today, and that's probably why we're only done an hour and 40 minutes. so yeah, we try to keep it down, but just and I have missed a lot this week. So not the games. I think I'm on top of the games, but yeah, there's Immutable. We're starting to see that kick in, that flywheel kick in. There's a lot more sales on the marketplace on the ZKVM. A lot more people. There's TVL's up a little bit again. It's over 40 million for the first time, so it's starting to go up again, even though the markets are all down. So yeah, we'll see. There's still no full game release yet. So what next pod we will have some data to talk about. StormWarfare, Guild of Guardians, and we'll have some numbers to be able to talk about. So that'll be interesting. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually looking at the Guild of Guardians stat page for volume, and it's definitely up. Like you said, the flywheel is starting to get going, and I was pretty much MIA out of Web3, out of Immutable ecosystem for the last, I don't know, 10 days or so, maybe 14 days, like just taking a break. And like I feel so far behind right now, and I can tell this podcast is not one of my better ones. I'm like really leaning on you, so thanks for coming with your A game today. There's a lot going on, and we're not even at full stride yet. So I know me, I need to start grinding more on knowledge and staying ahead, because it's easy to get lost in this ecosystem because there's so much going on. So, I think my final thoughts this week is I really need to buckle down and start grinding again like I know I can. So there's a lot of good things coming with this ecosystem. A lot of good things coming for Web3 too. It's not just Immutable. There's a lot of good things coming in all industries for Web3. And if you're here now, I know the saying is old, but you are early, and there's all kinds of opportunities. There's been a lot of people that have gotten all kinds of airdrops and freebies just for participating. So stick with it. Don't get bored. Don't let off that gas pedal, because there's more to come. And that's my final thoughts for this week.
Yeah, and just don't forget the Gamers Galaxy is really ramping up. We've got heaps of partnerships incoming, and join our Discord if you need help with anything at all about Immutable. We've got a team of experts now, heaps of experts that can help you, and you'll learn a lot about the best gaming system, why we're so bullish on it by being in there. There's so much to learn and enjoy about being part of this community. Come join our community.
Absolutely. Yeah, we are on X. We have a YouTube page. Please go there, like, comment on our videos. Follow us on X, and like Rubick said, jump in our Discord. There's all kinds of things going on. Rubick is an absolute beast in there with the stuff that he's setting up. If you're not in there, you are missing out on some really, really good whitelist and some really good freebies. So yeah, check us out. And that is a great episode there, episode 37 for us. And we'll be back in another week or so with more Immutable news. Thank you, everybody, for hanging with us. Everybody take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.